Hi everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to look at AVP, The Hunt Begins. So this is the Alien vs. Predator Kickstarter from Prodos Games. I backed this, feels like years ago, showed up on my doorstep as a surprise. I took the cellophane off. I'm very excited to crack this box open, and we'll take a look at the goodies inside. So we'll figure out if this game is game over or if it's something we want to stick around. Alright, so let's open this box up here. It's got some interesting artwork on the cover. Predator versus Alien. So we got that covered. Space Marine hiding back there in the background, cowering as he should. So that's the box lid. Alright, in the box we've got these, I think these are, feels like cards in there. So we've got 3 sets of cards. We've got, packed by number 19. Thank you, number 19. The rulebook. So it's looking pretty good. We've got some instructions here. Just a single sheet. How to assemble everybody. Looks pretty simple. Aliens have arms. Predators have arms. Those infant aliens have a tail. Space Marines have arms. So very simple assembly. So here we have a box. I'm assuming this is miniatures. Stamped AVP. And it looks like we've got very nice. These must be the infant aliens. These must be the Stalkers. Looks like our Space Marines. And these guys look pretty big. Of course, our Predators. Then also in here we've got some bases. These look like maybe 30mm, 25mm, maybe 40mm. Some dice and some smaller bases. I don't know if those are for doors or tokens or something like that. So that is that box. And it does look like we have just a piece of cardboard to keep things separate. And then, oh my goodness, all of this is cardboard. So we have a counter sheet. Look at all that cool stuff. You've got creepy doors from the first Alien movie. Lots of tokens. I don't know what any of this stuff does yet. I haven't actually played the game or even read the rules online. Here we've got, looks like a flamer template. I don't know what this stuff does, but it looks cool. These look like map sections. If you guys have played Space Hulk, doesn't look like they're reinventing the wheel here. I'm wondering if those, I don't know if you can see the clips, if those are Space Hulk compatible or not. As far as thickness goes, yeah, these are pretty thick. They're not flimsy, but we'll have to pop them all out and set them on a table to see exactly what how they hold up to gaming. More hallways and corridors. This looks like a duplicate of the first counter sheet we pulled out. These look like large rooms. Some more corridor pieces. More large rooms. So just continuing through here, we've got more corridors. Looks like a duplicate of that tile. More corridors. Even more corridors. So that looks like this sheet is duplicated at least 3 times. So make that 4 times. And let's make that 5 times. And how about a half dozen? Alright, so that's all the cardboard. That's a substantial amount of cardboard. I'm curious, and I'll probably look that up and compare it to my Space Hulk game and see if we get more or less tiles or approximately the same. Alright, and then we'll open up these boxes here in a minute and see what we got. Alright, and then we had 3 boxes. These boxes, this one, what was this? Oh, this card box was packed by number 10. And this looks like, I don't know, game cards of some kind. If you guys can see that. Missions. Different cards. That's pretty cool. Then another box. These Battle Frenzy, Bull Rush. Look like alien cards. Pretty cool. And then the last box. Oh, this box was packed by number 3. And I'm not sure what all these symbols are, but that looks very Predator-ish. That looks very alien-esque. But we'll take a look at those closer as we take a look at the game and miniatures and put that together. Alright, so here we have the infant aliens. I've just kind of dumped them out of the package and spread them out a little bit. There are 10 of these models in the bag. They are single piece models. There is some flash. I haven't cleaned anything up. I think you can see a little bit, but nothing too bad. There is like a interesting bump on their palm of their hands that are going to have to be shaved off, but nothing surprising when working with resin. I did notice, just looking at the set, there are duplicates. So these 3 here look identical. We have 4 of these guys. These are kind of doing a cool walking forward. And you get 2 of these guys. These are more crouched down. And then this guy is a little bit different. He's very similar to this pose, but he's not quite the same. His arms are in different places. His foot is turned up, so he is slightly different than those 3. So he is he is kind of a unique, at least for this batch, sculpt for the infant alien. So there you have it, 10 infant aliens. We will assemble them so you can see what they look like, but next up we'll take a look at the Predators. Alright, so here are the Predator. You get 3 of these in the box. Each one of these is a unique sculpt. Here you can see the detail. I like that they've molded on the mesh bodysuit that he wears. The Predator hair looks pretty great. It's got the shoulder cannon there. And we've got this guy. Again, he has a helmeted head. Very nice. And the last one, he actually looks pretty cool. He's got no helmet on, lots of trophies, skulls on his belt, and mesh netting are on his body as well. Looks like they come with 3 sets of arms. The weapons look like they are, you've got a spear here. Out of the bag, this spear is a little warped, but nothing a little hot water won't fix. The other hand looks like claws. This hand is just a hand with retracted claws. And their left hand, this guy has the ever popular throwing disc. And these other hands just look like hands. Fist maybe for punching an alien in the head. And an open hand maybe to check his wrist mounted sensor. So there you have the 3 Predators in the basic set. Next up we'll look at the Stalker Aliens. Alright, here we have the Stalker Aliens. These again look like they are from Alien 3, or at least that's where the inspiration comes from. So these guys are interesting in that they are missing a leg and an arm. Those are glued on separately. So each one of these is in essence a 3-piece model. Pose wise, it looks like I've got 2 of the same here, 2 of these, and then 1 of these unique guys. So there are 5 Stalker Aliens. Don't know the rules yet, so I'm assuming these guys are faster but weaker than the infant aliens, to give you a little bit of variety with your alien force. So there you have the alien Stalkers. Next up, the Marines. Next up we have the Colonial Marines. These are probably my favorite miniatures. They kind of sold me on the Kickstarter. I've always liked the movie Aliens. It's one of my favorite movies of all times. I love the idea of the Colonial Marines. These are the first miniatures that really do them justice. So here you get 5 Marine miniatures. Each one is a unique sculpt. Weapons wise, looks like we have 3 of them armed with pulse rifles, 1 with a flamethrower, and 1 with a smart gun. So the looks like one of these guys has an arm raised with his pulse rifles, looking at a motion tracker. Pulse rifles being held, and then this flamethrower looks like it might go with this miniature. This person is running, and they have their arm tucked in, carrying a satchel of some sort. Maybe this is the medic of the group. I like these sculpts. These are really nice. Great detail. Shoulder mounted lamps. You can make out the camera on their helmets. The armor. And here is the smart gunner, Drake from the movie Aliens. Sadly, no Vasquez yet. So one of these I imagine you could paint up as Hicks and one as Hudson. I love these sculpts. This one I'm not so sure about. I don't particularly like the running pose, especially compared to the other ones. But we'll make it work. Still looks pretty sweet. And then just to see if we can get some detail on the guns in the camera. Let's see if we can get that in focus. There you go. Pretty nice detail. M41A pulse rifle. 10mm over, 30mm pump action grenade launcher under. A sweet sci-fi weapon. So there you have it. That is the Colonial Marines from the Alien vs. Predator The Hunt Begins board game. So that's it for the Alien vs. Predator The Hunt Begins unboxing. Watch this channel for more on this game, building models, painting and playing, as well as many other games. Thanks for watching and have a great day.